Hi everyone, it's Andy from Hobby Headquarters. Over the weekend, my buddy Steve from Value Gear was at the shop, and he spent a couple hours showing us how to make the sandbag emplacements using the Magic Sculpt A and B epoxy putty. I made different types right there, and we thought this would be a perfect addition to our railroad car because we're going to make these sandbag emplacements up to completely surround a flatbed car and then add some flak for it. So it'd be like a flak wagon to add into the actual run of the cars. So I'm going to show you first how we did that. Now the video for doing the actual car itself will be a separate video, painting and weathering all that stuff like usual. But this video will be show you how to actually make all of these sandbag emplacements using epoxy putty. So let's get started on it. Okay, the first step in making nice sandbag emplacements is starting off with a nice straight line, and this will keep your work on track so you don't start having these weird shapes that you don't absolutely want. What Steve does is now he's going to be using a few boxes in this video, right off his regular stock. Puts a little bit of the Magic Sculpt on the bottom of it to kind of glue it down. It'll easily pop off once it dries off the plastic card here. He mixes up just the A and B portions of the Magic Sculpt equally till you get a nice even brown consistency, and just start laying out and using toothpicks, you know, to the generic size that you want for the sandbags, and just start doing the row. Now his recommendation is too that you don't go any higher than 2 layers of sandbags until the epoxy sculpt has a chance to harden. That way your bottom bags won't start to lay too flat and start to spread out too much. In this next step right here, using a very sharp X-Acto knife, he's going to go along the side edge and put the sandbag seam into the epoxy sculpt. And finally, using some gauze, lightly taps into the Magic Sculpt to give it kind of a textured appearance, make it look like a burlap bag would. Then after about 3 or 4 hours of letting the first 2 layers dry, you can start working on your second and third and fourth layer, third, fourth, and fifth layer. And this is when you start to give it some detail to it. You can have the bags kind of hanging over, leaning up more crates. As you can see right here, it looks really, really good when it's done. And once we put some paint on it, it will really look realistic. And this is a little bonus footage right here. He is showing you how taking an old Sherman kit and sandbagging the entire front, how easily it is to do something like this. Wanted to give you guys a sneak peek of the next train model that's coming out for the diorama. This is all the handiwork of Steve from Value Gear that he just showed you how to do. We let these dry overnight so it's all rock hard. And now none of this has been glued down, of course, because this is all going to be part of the next video where we paint, weather, and do all these other pieces on it. Plus we'll also put some other kind of flak gun over on this side yet. I haven't actually figured out which one I'm going to put on, but I have the 2 centimeter on this side. And like I said, once all this gets glued down, that'll look like a nice little addition to our train set. Okay, I wanted to give you guys kind of a sneak peek of how the diorama is starting to lay out. Obviously there's going to be one long center piece of track where the tender locomotive is going to be switching out pieces. There'll be another piece of track right in here, probably with a bumper right in this area where the flak wagon will be going, but the track will lead off here. There'll be a third, since this is a rail yard, a third piece back here I'm hoping for, if it all fit in there. I've got the new Trumpeter armored locomotive coming in. That it's based on that time period right there. It would have been all in the same German grade. It's about a 42 time period. So since it's a rail yard, I think it would look good laying back over in here. I found in a collection an old artillery observation guard post that we'll build up and we'll paint up a little bit nicer and add that. We'll add some sandbags all through this area. I also found some figures. I think that'll work out pretty good. Some police soldiers that'll be, you know, guarding the entire place. Now this probably won't go onto this diorama, but I also purchased this one to put in either this or probably even a standalone little diorama that will put a Tiger tank on, because this is the heavy SSYMS, the 80-ton car. This one actually could handle the weight of the Tiger, or we might even put like an elephant on it as a diorama, but that's for far off down the road. But I just wanted to, like I said, give you a general idea how it's starting to lay out. Possibility that if I move some of this other stuff around, we might get one more flat car in here. Not positive about it. I want to make it too busy, but I want to make it like a real rail yard. And then of course we'll have figures. Hopefully I can find some more figures too that are like this, but have the German Shepherds where they're, you know, patrolling all the tracks, keeping things safe. And also, almost forgot about this part. This will probably be the edge of a loading platform that'll be level with this, that will have guys loading boxes, you know, blocks of stuff like this on, loading it into the flatbed car, or loading ammunition for the flak as well. So that's it right there. Now stay tuned. Like I said, I'll be working on this train car in the next couple of days, so expect a video out on building and painting and weathering that piece. And also, like I said, the big locomotive will be coming in today as well, so I'll hopefully be able to start that and, you know, finish this one up in the next couple of days. So thank you very much as always for watching, and please stay tuned because there are many more videos coming.